Hello, this is Aggro. We set the bar incredibly low at 100 likes to show the second half of playing TF2 with Seagull, and you guys exceeded that. Just a lot of the footage was from Seagull himself. While you're subbing to us, go give him one too. Links to his content are below. And while you're down there, let us know in the comments section who you'd like for us to play Team Fortress 2 with next.
And if you really want to get old school, do you remember Fortress Forever?
I mean, I like to tell people I do.
So Fortress Forever was going to be a TFC, aka Team Fortress 2 release, essentially, for Half-Life 2. It is called Fortress Forever. You can probably still download it and play it. It is essentially Team Fortress Classic, but on Source. Valve knew that game was coming out, and they said, fuck you. And they were like, they waited for them to drop their release date. And then TF2's like, yeah, it would suck if TF2 released at the same time as your little mod, dude. And they dropped TF2 on that guy. Yeah, they did. I remember this. I'm pretty sure this is a thing. Someone could go find it and actually. I just feel like this actually happened, and I don't know why I would think this happened if I didn't have some inclination for it. I don't know. I very heavily remember this. It was like in the same week. They're like, yeah, we're just gonna move TF2's beta date to your first week of. So me and everyone else only played Fortress Forever for like at most a week before TF2 came out, and then everyone peace.
I think I've watched you play The Witcher for long enough to realize that as long as you're at least vaguely good at something, or at least trying really hard, then there's going to be a certain group of people that want to see you play.
Streaming like that's always a little bit weird, because it's when you first start streaming, people show up because they want to see something in particular, and then they stick around because they just want to shitpost in your chat or just have fun. That's my experience anyway.
We talked about the friends that stay with you from game to game. I suppose to a certain degree, the friends that you have or the viewers that you have are a different kind of friend group for you.
Well, I mean, you get you still get everyone to some extent. Like for example, if I go play Overwatch right now and I'm like drops enabled in the title, you're probably gonna get a lot of people who just come in because they want drops. In the early days, I probably had a lot of viewers because I was playing a lot of the Genji, and then that was people just wanted to see me click on heads, and they're like Genji, like I'm putting the token in, please provide me with Genji gameplay, right? And then as you get older as a streamer and swap and do more things, I don't know, that's just how it works. Like everyone evolves to some extent. So
am I right in saying that Fishsticks himself encouraged you to start streaming?
No, it was John. It was Twitch John, Mr. Slin.
Right.
So Twitch John, for those who don't know, I guess, he used to work at Twitch. He recently just retired.
Yeah.
He was a director of strategic partnerships, I think, and VP at Twitch was his final position, I think, aka Big Dick John. He was a very, very passionate competitive Team Fortress player. He loved the Team Fortress community, and he was very adamant that the only reason this game didn't blow up was because it came at a very bad timing in the global economy, because there was a massive recession in 2008 that completely dumpstered all esports until StarCraft 2 revived it with Twitch. And so that was like 3 or 4 years later, and he combined that with a lack of dev support, and he always I'm probably putting words in his mouth to some extent, but that was my impression anyway. And because of that, he was always passionate. He would partner us, and he loved to lurk in TF2 streams because he just loved TF2. He played in the SCA and stuff like that. And Slin ended up getting a job at Twitch. I think he actually still works there. Slin does. I think some other people did too, because John tried to help people if you had education and things like that. Then you had a resume, he would like recommend you and things like that. So you'd have a better chance of getting in at Twitch. And he gave me partner, want to say a couple months before Overwatch came out, and Slin was at Tip of the Hats, and he's like, we just talked about everything. And he's like, yeah, you should stream, do all this stuff, and it was cool. Slin still works at Twitch. Nice.
You would have gone to Twitch surely anyway, even if that was not something that.
No. I had no inclination of working at Twitch. No.
Oh really?
No, I mean it would have been cool, but I was just a pleb in school. I never even thought about that actually. I probably could have. I would have thought about it more if I ever got to that point. I wasn't too bad. Give it another year, and I probably would have thought about that.
It's interesting. I never actually realized the impact that having someone suggest Twitch to you could have or would have had back then. And I guess it's probably different now again because, like, at the time Twitch wasn't really a thing.
I've been on Twitch since before it was Twitch. Like I used to watch Justin TV back before it was officially called Twitch. Like I remember watching Day9 on Ustream before he got swapped to Twitch. I remember Day9 telling them, "Hey, you guys should have monthly subs. Hey, you guys should have this, that sort of thing." I've always been on live streaming. I've just never had the capability of doing it because when I grew up in my parents' place, dude, I played TF2 from my parents' basement. They didn't have internet, like good internet. We had 0.7 upload. It was literally not possible to stream.
I'm trying to think what 0.7 upload would look like. That's nothing.
It's actually nothing.
That's dial-up.
Yeah, I tried to do it anyway for a little bit. I could make it kind of work in StarCraft 2, but at like 148p or something. It was less than 240p. And it was actually not possible.
Postage stamp. Yeah, that's. I mean, I just put on like the YouTube video about half an hour ago or so of the TF2 frag, and that was a square window. It's a 4x3. To show both its age and the quality of content that was being recorded. I couldn't record any content back then either. Like I couldn't do anything because my PS2. I might have been able to record actually using demos and whatnot if I really wanted to do. YouTube could have been possible with that upload actually. I just never want. It's so much work to sit there and try and upload a video 0.7, and then on top of that, trying to local record in a PC that wasn't super strong. Like it just wasn't. Yeah, it didn't sound very fun. You think you made the right choice? Like making this your career now?
Oh yeah, I mean I got really lucky. Yeah, 100%.
Is there anything you would have done if you'd have stayed at university or stayed at school or whatever?
I don't know. I never got that far. I didn't. Actually, my first inclination when it came to, so I was getting a degree in computer science, and my first.
Yep.
Trying to think. I actually didn't want to work in the gaming industry because I thought it was shit. Like, if you're a dev, you just get crunch, and then you probably don't get paid well because there's another 10,000 people who also want to work in the gaming industry. So I figured I'd just do it for fun, and I just play games on the side for fun. But I probably wouldn't work in the gaming industry. That was actually my first impression. And now, okay, maybe years after I'm done with streaming or I do the things I want to do, and one day I want to do something in the gaming industry, sure. I don't think I would do it anytime soon. No. I feel like I still have a lot of stuff I want to work on.
The dev side. I've just seen someone on this team, and his name is not Seagull.
Yeah, he was there. I saw him earlier.
This is consistent. You have difficulty with people. Do you have difficulty like on? I mean, in this case, you're playing TF2, and you've chosen to play with the name Seagull. Do you change your name when you play games?
No. I just play everything as Seagull, and then I have alt accounts where I just their name random shit, and I just play as whatever. And that's if I want to like be private or whatever. If I just want to go chill, that's it. In Overwatch, I used to have that a lot more, where I would act. So in Overwatch, for example, I actually only ever played the name Seagull if I was streaming. That was it, or if I was in a tournament or a scrim. Otherwise, I never actually played under that account. But
actually trying to focus.
That just depends on each person, right? So some people they want to play under their main game all the time or main name, but sometimes they just want chill. It also depends on what game you're playing. So like if I go play like Hearthstone with the name Seagull, no one's gonna recognize me. If I go play Overwatch with the name Seagull, someone will probably recognize me, or TF2. So it just depends.
Do you have difficulty with people nicking your name or trying to pretend to be you?
It doesn't matter. Very rarely.
Really?
No. I'm not popular enough for that. There's like a level of popularity you have where people just start like faking your name everywhere and just trying to, I've never had that.
Do you wish you were that popular?
I have no idea.
That's a weird
question. Do you want more viewers? It's like, I don't know. I guess I used to have a lot more viewers, but then I didn't stream for a year and a half, but I don't know. It's definitely different streaming to 5K than it is to it's like usually in Apex or most streams I have between like 4 and 6K viewers. If you go back to like the peak of Overwatch 2 years ago, I think I had like 10 to 20K. Or not 2, actually more 3 years. Sorry. It'd be 3 years now. Holy shit, time has flown. But I don't know. It's hard to talk about because I genuinely don't remember a lot of those times. I wasn't even streaming. I was just hanging out. And time really does fly. Shit's weird. Time's speeding up now as I get old.
Don't tell me about that. That's
And then
a terrifying reality.
yeah. And then also during that time period, I had sleep apnea like really bad. I still do, but it's treated now. And so a lot of that time period, I should have don't remember as much, or rather, I was kind of out of it, if that makes sense.
Street apnea is the one where you can't sleep.
Yeah, it's like you stop breathing when you're sleeping,
Ah,
or your
Okay,
body struggles to breathe. And so
That's pretty bad.
during my time from going from competitive TF2 to Overwatch, I was playing like a billion hours more at the PC. And so over the years, I put on like, I'm trying to think. I think during TF2, I was usually about 215, 220. I think during Overwatch, I was like 245, 250. And so those extra 20 pounds to 30 pounds, I'm pretty sure gave me sleep apnea. And
oh, wow.
sleep apnea, I had it really bad. I still do. And during that time, sleep apnea is just your body struggles to breathe during the night. So it's like you snore really loud or
Yeah.
something along those lines. And so for me, I went from like I could sleep 10 hours and it wouldn't feel like anything. Like I still feel like shit. You wake up feeling like garbage. You sometimes wake up with headaches, which I'd later realize is because my brain didn't have oxygen. And then yeah,
So you
just
technically
mass fatigue in general. And so I tested. My doctor eventually gave me tests and stuff like that, and I tested at 62 events per hour, which is 62 times per hour that you don't breathe for at least 15 seconds. So it's like once a
Wow.
minute. That's like a third of the night or something. I'm not even breathing, or something like that.
So even though you'd had 10 hours sleep, you technically probably only had about 3
Well,
hours
the
to
problem
properly
is
sleep and...
it's because your body unconsciously wakes up to draw breath when you're not breathing.
to prevent
And
you
so
from
you
dying.
don't go into REM sleep, and so you, even though you're sleeping, you just feel like crap. You don't get any like good sleep. It's like taking a nap over and over again. But it's like take a nap for 20 minutes and then repeat that for like 8 hours. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
But other than that, like once I got that treated, it was drastic difference. Like I became twice the player instantly because I wasn't tired after 2 hours. It was magic. It was cool though.